here we have Aeneid Book 4, lines 259 through 279. This is Mercury appearing before Aeneas and telling him to move along to his next destination. Ut primum is as soon as he touched the huts with winged feet. Plantes are literally like heels, so this is synecdoche technically for feet. He caught sight of Aeneas doing two things. He was building citadels and creating homes or creating roofs. Again, more synecdoche, right? Because tecta are roofs, but what has roofs? Homes have roofs. This is a dative of possession, the Ili. So his sword was starred with yellow jasper. And here you have a picture of yellow jasper, all polished up and looking nice over there. His woolen cloak was burning with Tyrian purple. It's like murex purple dye, having been sent down from his shoulders. The gifts, dives, gifts, munera, gifts which wealthy Dido had made, right? So she gave him a sword, she gave him this cloak, she had interwoven the warp, right? There's the threads with thin gold. Immediately he attacks. This is Mercury, right? So he sees Aeneas all comfortably arrayed in glorious things, and he gets all mad. Oh, by the way, this is the murex purple over here. These are the shells that it comes from, and these are the various different shades of purple you can get. So I can even try to zoom in a little bit there so you can see the different colors. All right. So immediately he attacks. You, he says, Are you now placing the foundations of lofty Carthage, and henpecked or wife-ruled? I think in class we said simp, is the current term for a man who is ruled by a woman. Are you building a beautiful city, right? So he's sort of like, what the heck are you doing? Are you building Carthage right now? Right, like alas, heu, having forgotten, oblite, right? This is evocative here, and it takes the genitive, right? So having forgotten the kingdom, your kingdom, and your affairs. Like, oh my gosh, you're such an idiot. Like, you're building Carthage right now instead of Rome. The ruler, right? He himself of the gods, or the ruler himself of the gods. Maybe the ruler of the gods himself makes more sense in English. Sends me down to you from bright Olympus. He who sways the sky and lands with his power, his divine power. He himself orders he orders me, we assume, to carry these orders, that's repetitive, through swift breezes, caleres auras, essentially to tell him to get out of the way, or to get on the road. And he says, quid struis, what are you building? Or by which hope do you waste your leisure on Libyan lands? And then you have some wordplay here with teres and teres, being wasting and lands. Okay, so that's the end of that section we did in class. Moving down here. Okay. He says, if no glory of such a thing moves you, this line is maybe not written by Virgil, but we'd say, and, in addition, you yourself do not undertake, nec moliris, do not undertake the task, the labor for your own glory, look back at Ascanius rising Ascanius, and the hopes of your heir, of Iulus as your heir, or your heir Iulus, right? And so this line is interesting. It's a line frame because you've got Ascanius at the beginning and Iulus at the end. This is the same kid, but in the past he was Ascanius, that's his Trojan name. In the future he'll be Iulus, that's his Italian name. So look back at Ascanius, the rising Ascanius, to whom the kingdom of Italy and the Roman land is owed. And the Selenian one, right? So Hermes. This is a reference to his birthplace. Having spoken with such a mouth, he left mortal sights in the middle of his sermon, right? His speech, mid-speech, and he vanished far off into thin air from his eyes. But indeed, Aeneas, insane Aeneas, crazy Aeneas, stood speechless by the sight. Maybe he's crazy because of the sight. So there you go. Aeneas witnesses a god. He comes down to him and tells him, you gotta go, and if it's not enough for you to have the glory of founding a new city, your son is looking for that honor. So it's his fate as well. Don't let him down. So there you go. I'll see you in the next chapter.